I'm Rachel, and this is my friend Emily.
Hello.
And this is the first episode of Mental Health in Music. Mental health is a very hot topic right now. Lots of people are talking about it. We're going to look at music today, and the songs I've picked are a bit more directed at teens and young adults. They could be for any age. So today we are going to start with a band called Icon for Hire. They're electronic rock kind of mostly. Their older songs were a bit more of a heavy, almost like heavy metal actually, but these ones are more of an electronica and rock music components combined together. The current members of Icon for Hire are Ariel Bloomer and Sean Jump. Ariel frequently talks about on her social media about how she tried to help with negative thoughts and stuff, and it's something that she struggled with her whole life, and so she's even wrote a book about what she's gone through. It's called Turn Your Pain into Art, and then the music is also what she uses to express her thoughts about mental health. The first song we're going to be talking about is called Venom. Very much more upbeat song. It's fast. They've got a bit more of that heavy rock element in it. Some important lyrics to this song that reflect about how we can't let negativity get the best of us. The chorus and the bridge go, misery, misery is the venom in my brain, killing me, but I don't feel the pain. Running from something that I can't really explain. Misery, misery is the venom in our veins. So watch your step or you're gonna fall apart. Hold yourself together inside the dark. Don't look down, you won't get far. You're only as strong as you think you are. And so this is all discussing about how we can't really let the negativity get the best of us, and that we have to think about to remind ourselves of our strength, and that as long as we think positively, we can do more. For Emily, this was her first time listening to these songs, and as a young adult, I want to know what her thoughts were of listening to the song for the first time.
When I first listened to Venom, there was a lot of imagery about her, you could feel the pain that she was going through. There was a part of the song where she used a lot of metaphors to talk about what I interpreted to be whatever kind of medication she was using, and how that there was a lot of pressure, it felt on her end, to use these medications, which I thought was interesting. I think it was in the bridge part where they were talking about that, and I thought, because there's a big debate right now with if you should medicate yourself or not, or using pills, and there's a battle between that. And so it felt to me, and even with the lines Venom going through her veins, it also kind of made me think about the chemicals that go through your body when you're taking medication for mental health things, which I don't have any background in medication for mental health, but you could feel the discussion happening in her song.
She has talked about that when she's tried to go to therapy, that doesn't really work for her. That's what she does, very much more personal, inner working, self, she works on self-love and stuff, help combat her negative thoughts. My sister Hannah wasn't able to be in the video today, but I did get some of her thoughts on this song. Thing that she said was, and my sister is 19 years old, so she represents the teen audience. She says, the song does a wonderful job of presenting mental health illness without giving it too much power. The lyrics empower the listener instead by sending a message that you do not have to be held back by your struggles. So now moving on to the second song we're going to discuss today is called Hollow. This song is has a bit of a hip hop tone to it, mixed with the soft rock sounds in the background. Although it has a softer sound, the lyrics are even more powerful than Venom. Part of the first verse goes, culture recently decided being crazy is okay, and now we all can talk about it on our social feeds. Having a rough day, hashtag mental health awareness week. I know that's progress, we don't have to hide no more. But it leaves me wondering why we ain't said this stuff before. Were we always all crazy and we all just kept quiet? Are we on the same page with what we're identifying? And if crazy's the new normal, then it's not that crazy, is it? because the word by definition means it sits outside the system. And how can we tell the difference between sick and trying to fit in? And if everybody's crazy, then who's supposed to fix it? This song, for me, at least personally, when I first heard it, I was like so taken aback by like her bluntness, like with those lyrics. Like I've never heard anybody like talk about that. Personally, for me, I wasn't very surprised that Ariel was the one who would finally say it, because she's very, very vocal about mental health. My favorite line is if we're all crazy, like who's supposed to fix it? It is something to think about of so many of us that while we can talk about this now, there are so many who express that they have these struggles.
Yeah, and I think it's really relevant, that whole phrase. It's a very contemporary idea, just because there is this idea of the mental health being prevalent online, as we've seen with people like a lot of YouTubers express their mental health journeys, and that's a really big topic, because it is interesting. Using her platform to talk about these issues is in a blunt way is important. As a society, in experiencing human emotion, how can, everybody experiences something differently, but we can all like come together to like we have bits and pieces of these problems. Even if we can all experience like anxieties and depression and other things, even if our niche of that bigger umbrella term is different, then we can talk to each other and come to some sort of understanding. And if somebody is feeling more of these feelings at a certain point and somebody is not, then there's a way for us to be sympathetic and be empathetic as well, to helping each other.
Yeah, I think it's a good point of like, well, everybody has a different life, so everybody it's not a surprising thing that everybody's like mental health issues that they have, they're gonna be different. Like, even if we're all crazy, well, we're not the same crazy.
Right.
So then Hannah has another bit of a comment on this song as well. And she says, it is important to remember that conversation is not a cure-all, but that doesn't diminish its value. Since the state of one's mental health does not have to be a secret anymore, we can share our struggles and remember we are not alone in our battles. Plus, the more we talk, the more new ideas will arise, perhaps leading to new and improved treatments. So that even goes along with what you were saying.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
To still talk, and then we'll have new ideas. Like, we'll be able to see, like, oh, someone else has experienced something similar to us, there is still a difference with what they're experiencing,
right.
And we can learn from it. So.
Yes. Yeah, I think that rounded that pretty well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's good.
Go Hannah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's about it for episode 1. So make sure to check out the rest of the episodes in this series of Mental Health and Music. And thank you so much for watching.